All right, what's up, everybody? Jake Fletcher here with the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty in Miami, Florida. And it's no surprise to find out that the real estate market's still crazy. So I figured it was time for a little market update because it's been a hot little minute since I did one. So let's jump right into it here. I got some data straight from the MLS for you guys. The first thing that we're going to look at here is active number of listings versus number of sales. So you can see the active listings in the green, sales in the blue. We can see that the active number of listings from, we're going to be looking here, by the way, from January 2018 to April 2022 for the most part, so about 4 years and change. And right now we're looking at all property types. So we can see number of active listings has just absolutely plummeted through all what anyone probably would have expected before around this point when the pandemic started, and we've seen that at the same time that number of sales has it looks like it's kind of traded sideways, gone sideways as far as number of sales with a slight uptick. We're going to look at it in a different graph in a minute, and we'll see it in a different way. So yeah, and you can see here that even when we go to single family homes alone, so this is not all property types, which all property types is single family homes, including townhomes, condos, villas. So when we just look at single family homes, we see a very similar trend from all property types to single family homes, right? And what we see in the next chart here, we have the median sales price in green versus median days on market. So I like to use median for these numbers because, here in Miami, we do have like $10 million homes or $20 million homes that sell, and it'll make the average price look like it's super high. So we use a median price for this. I'm pretty sure most of y'all probably went to elementary school and know the difference. So if we look at the median sale price, we see that it's just gone up, 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 up. Right now we're at about 460-ish for the median sale price for Miami-Dade, while the days on market has gone from, a couple months basically, a couple months and change at the highest to now under a month days on the market, median days, right? And when you're at 25 days on the market, that's a big difference in terms of whether it's a seller's market versus a buyer's market. Of course, naturally, it's a seller's market. Now, moving on, we actually have the next graph here is months of inventory, which is similar to days on market, except we're sort of extrapolating it out to months instead of days. And when we refer to months of inventory, what that means is if no new properties came on the market, how long would it take to sell everything that's on the market? So we see that in blue versus the closed price to original price in green there, which that just means that the ratio between what the property was originally listed for on the market versus what it actually ended up selling for. So we see in green there that it went from about 94, 95, bouncing around there, up to basically almost 100%, 99% closed price to original price ratio. So what that means for all you buyers out there is don't expect to be getting any good deals in this market, right? You're not going to find a house listed for $400,000 and then be able to get it, under contract for say, 365 or something. You're going to probably be paying $400 for it. So whatever the list price is, be prepared to probably pay that, right? Or potentially more. Now what we see is the months of inventory it's just gone, crazy low. We see and this is all property types again too, it's lower for single family homes. But what we see here is, bouncing around kind of that 8 to 12, 14 months of inventory back between 2018 to 2020. Then after the pandemic started, it just bottomed through the floor here. And now we're at about, little over 2 months of inventory. Like I said, it's even lower for single family homes. Now, moving on here, what we have is the number of sales in blue versus the number of new listings in green. Like I said, we're going to look at the number of sales in a little bit of a different way. So what we have here, and I also took off the month of April for this so that it doesn't look like a big down line on the green line. We see an overall downward trend in the number of new listings, while at the same time we see an overall upward trend in the number of sales. And this has actually been going on since that 2018 mark, right? And also, side note, quick reason why I'm using 2018 is because a lot of times I see people do market update videos and they're just looking at like the last 12 months, which is, I guess, interesting, but it's a lot more helpful to have multiple years so that we can get a much better idea of what the market's doing, on a grand scale. So what we see is this overall downtrend in the number of new listings, while there's an overall uptrend of number of new sales. Obviously, it can't go too long where you, like, for example, you have like 2,000 sales while there's only 1,000 new listings or number of new listings. Because at some point, there's going to be no homes on the market, right? So it'll be really interesting to see what happens. I mean, you can see here in this dip, there was actually more sales than new listings right around December of 2021. And they've both kind of gone up since then. So maybe that's a good sign. We'll have to see. I mean, the number of sales does not seem to be slowing down whatsoever. And hopefully this number of new listings starts to take off. You can see right here at the beginning of the pandemic, everyone was like, nope, we're not listing our home right now. And then people, jump back up, kind of like a little disparity between there of people kind of holding off to see if it was Armageddon or not, I guess. And then it kind of slowly trickled down. And then, boom, you had this big rush of new listings here, and then it slowly trickled down since then, this has always been really interesting to me because this is in December through January, February, March, April, right, of 2021, December 2020 to March, April 2021. And what you see there is not actually the norm. Normally you see like January here going down, January here, number of new listings going down, right? January here, I mean, that's an, exception to the rule, going down, right? But for the past two January, like December to January's, we've seen an uptick in the number of new listings, which I think that's really interesting. I'm not sure what the catalyst for that trend is, but it seems like something's going on there. It's an interesting thing to look at. So what does this mean for buyers and sellers out there? Well, we're kind of in the same situation that we've been in for the last couple years, where we have really strong demand here in Miami-Dade, while at the same time we have ever diminishing supply. Now, with interest rates rising, check out the interest rate video that I have as well that I just put out. But with interest rates rising, we're going to see a little bit of a cooling off in the market nationally. Now, whether or not that's going to play out here in Miami-Dade the same way as it is other places is yet to be seen because, everyone and their grandma is moving to Miami-Dade right now. So I don't think the demand is going to slow here as quickly as it's going to slow other places due to the interest rates. But what I am expecting to see is less properties selling for over the list price, less properties selling in record time. We'll probably see those days on market and maybe even the months of inventory tick up just a little bit from what they've been. And I'm expecting to see less people at open houses, expecting to see less offers on homes, which means if you're a buyer and maybe you decided to sit out on the sidelines for a little bit, right now might be not a bad time to get back in. If you haven't been priced out of the market by interest rates, it might be a good time to jump back in because there's less competition. I just went to an open house earlier today, two open houses. One of them, I was the only one there. The second one, there was a lot of people. So anecdotally, it's kind of 50-50. But I do think that we are going to see a little bit of a national slowdown in terms of the just crazy demand that there's been because people are either kind of waiting it out to see if interest rates will come back down, or they're just simply priced out of the market, right? Now, On the other hand, what I believe will also happen at the same time is I think that prices are going to continue to go up. I don't think we're going to see a correction in real estate prices. The reason why is supply and demand. It's going to take years for builders to catch up to the required demand that the market has right now, while at the same time, demand is going to continue increasing, right? There's still a ton of millennials that haven't bought homes yet, and Gen Z, only like 2% of Gen Z that are expected to buy homes have bought homes yet. So over the next coming decade and change, there's going to be a lot of new buyers coming into the market. So demand is going to continue to increase. There's no end in sight of the shortage of supply. So I think that we can only expect real estate prices to continue going up. Now, the question is at what rate, right? Because in Miami-Dade here over the last year, we've seen about a 20% increase in property values. I don't think we're going to see that in 2022. I think it's going to be, like I said in another video, I think it's going to be maybe more between like 5, 6, maybe 7% increase in 2022. We'll see at the end of the year if I'm right about that. I've kind of had that same theory for a few months now since the beginning of this year. So we'll see if it's right. But I hope that this video is helpful for you guys. If you did find it helpful, please consider helping me back and supporting the channel by just giving a gentle tap on the like button. Doesn't cost you anything, takes half a millisecond. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell if you have not already. And share this video with anyone that you think might find it helpful. You know, it's a crazy market out there. And if you guys are in South Florida, if you're in Miami-Dade, I personally honestly feel like there's nobody better to help you out and represent you. So if you have any real estate needs whatsoever, my information's down below. And that's about it. Hope you guys are having a great day, and sell smart, buy bold. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.